Okay, welcome everybody. Frank Calabro Jr. here, doing a special live hangout. We are in August 11th, 2016, guys, and wanted to take this opportunity to really step forward and highlight something that we're working on that we're all excited about. And this is actually a brand new project for all of us. And, this is basically a new strategy. This is something that, for myself personally, it's brand new to me, and I haven't really changed the strategy in almost 2 years, guys. So it's pretty amazing when Frank Calabro Jr. gets behind something. There's a good reason for it, okay? I'm very selective on how I pick offers and what I attach my name to and get behind, guys. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to highlight some of my teammates here. We got international teammates from around the globe. We got Sharon Parkinson from the UK, Rhonda Rascovius, and Sean Powell are both here in the United States. And, of course, we're all in different time zones, but me and Sean are here in North Carolina. But I want to just get a couple of people together here today and really just share the excitement, show you guys a little bit of proof, progress, and results, and show you why we're excited about this offer. Now, we're going to be talking about Exitus Elite, guys, Exitus Elite. And before we start, and listen, I want to get a quick disclaimer out there. I'd like to say these are average, everyday people. I would like to say that, but I can't say that, okay? These people are having extraordinary results, and these results are not typical, okay? Not typical. There's no guarantees that you will make anything, okay? But we would just want to show you what is possible. We want to show you why we're excited and what we're doing with this particular offer, guys, okay? We're running with this thing, and really, we're all newbies at this. And I do mean newbies. Some of us have only been involved in this thing for days, and some of us have been involved for a couple of weeks. But that's it, guys. I mean, we really haven't been doing this very long, but we want to share our excitement. What I'm going to do, guys, I'm going to bring forward Sharon Parkinson. Sharon's from the UK, and actually Sharon is one of the people, and I'll talk about this here in a few minutes when it's my turn. But Sharon really introduced me to the business. She showed me the business, showed me how it works, and my sponsor is actually James Lockett. James Lockett, and me and James worked in another company together a few years back and had great success with that. But he actually connected me to Sharon, and Sharon really showed me the ropes. And when I seen Sharon's results, I got very excited, okay? Very excited. This was something I've been looking for quite some time for my team and a way for my teammates to make money pretty much instantly, pretty much, now money. A lot of us, when we build these online offers or we get behind affiliate offers, it takes a while to get some revenue generated. Sometimes it takes weeks, sometimes it takes months to build a sizable paycheck, okay? This is unlike anything you've ever seen, and we're going to share our results with you here. And I'd like to ask Sharon just to step forward and just tell your story to everybody. Tell them how long you've been in Exodus and what you're excited about.
Thanks, Frank. I'm really pleased and excited to be on this call with you. You're the legend, and it's really exciting. So, yeah, I found Exitus Elite about just under 13 weeks ago now, so I've been in it just 91 days. And it was something I've been looking for a business for. It was product more than the actual opportunity, to be honest. I was looking for something to sell. I've got a different platform with quite a lot of advertising that I needed to use up, so I was looking for something for that. And this kind of fit the bill. It was high ticket, so I knew I didn't have to sell too many. And I just happened to see a couple of guys promoting their system, which helped us Exitus Elite effectively. And I'd seen them do something about 12 months ago, and it worked. So I thought, well, I'm going to give this a try. So I joined in May. I think it was the 9th of May, and I put this system to work. And I was going on holiday at the end of May, so I didn't really do too much of it. But I made I think it's $5,000. So I made 6 sales and $5,000. So to me, that was to me a life-changing amount of money, $5,000 in the month. I've never expected that. But we went away on holiday, came back, and when I got back, that's when Eric and Paul, who were from it's a system, and it's called the Shadow Commission Project. So you may have seen it on the internet at the moment, I don't know, but I joined with them for that system, and it's what's got me to where I am at the moment. But during the course of June, I put together they gave us some strategies to use, which is all to do with Facebook. We've not done any paid marketing. I don't even know how to do. I mean, really, I think I've done one solo ad in my lifetime, and it didn't work out very well. So I like Facebook attraction marketing, and I started learning that about just over 2 years ago now. Follow Jessica Higdon and a few other people. So I know that Facebook is a magnet, and there is a lot of money to be made, but people don't realise that. They're too busy going out there spamming people with their links. You know, they try and friend you, and then they don't really do it. They don't make friends. So I used that approach instead. I followed their strategies, and in the second month I made 17,000, which was like blew me away. My husband was like, he couldn't believe it. And then in July, from the 4th of July, we had something called it was 21-day countdown to financial freedom, which is a blueprint. And you literally went through this document set day by day, and it told you what to post, when to post it. And that is really what turned things around for me and a few of my team members who joined at that time. So to say that I've been in for 91 days up to now, I've made $59,000, which is like life-changing. It's a life-changing amount of money, but it's also what it's actually allowed me to do is to hand my notice in for my job. So I'm working my notice, and I finish in October. We've managed to book a 3-week holiday to Barbados for our anniversary next year, and we've paid off what was most important for me was our credit card debts, because we've had that for like 3 or 4 years. So we're now debt-free, which we've never been for must be over 10 years. So you know, that's been life-changing for us. But yeah, I think people think I've got some kind of secret weapon that I'm using, but I'm not. I'm just literally following the blueprint. And if people just can, you know, I think a lot of it is they expect results too quickly from that, because it takes time to build that up. And maybe I also need to learn your strategies, Frank, because you do something completely different to me. From like you do paid traffic, which I'm not really confident with. So between the two strategies, we should be able to come up with a really good system that anybody can use to make money. And I think people are also worried, Frank. I mean, we had this call the other day with Paul, and people are worried that this is going to get saturated. And we heard Paul say there was only 1,800 members, so we know that this has got years, you know, years and years and years to come. I mean, there's like how many billion people on Facebook? I mean, you know, the world is your oyster with that. And then we've got the paid traffic. So really, I think it's a matter of people just, you know, finding the right people. Don't go after all network marketers, because they've been around the block. They're all scared to do anything else now. I think it's right time to find like professional people, like lawyers and barristers who are burnt to do. So I think this is perfect for them. But yeah, I'm really excited, and all of my team, you know, they've all looking forward to using the EVAs, which I know we'll talk about at some point during the call. But even though the EVAs are there, I think everybody should learn the skill of attraction marketing, because it's free. You know, it just takes a bit of time. It's not going to cost you any money, so why not use both strategies, really? But yeah, that's my story. And if there's anything else you want me to say?
Sharon, that was awesome. That was incredible. Very, very powerful. And I'm just so excited for you. And once again, I want to just remind everyone, you know, Sharon's results are not typical. Not typical, but 59K, listen, guys, in like 13 weeks, and with no paid traffic. She's attracting it. She realizes that she's holding all the aces, guys. She has the winning hand. You don't need to chase people down with this thing, okay? Yeah. I mean, 5K her first month, and then 17K her second month. We want to talk about life-changing, and with no paid traffic whatsoever. And one thing I noticed, Sharon, you touched on so many awesome things there. You know, you're getting a higher quality person that's teaming up with you in this thing. I noticed that right off the bat. You're not getting those get-rich-quick junkies. You're getting people really of a higher mindset altogether. And you know, those are the kind of people that are really attracted to this offer. And this is a baby. This thing is an infant, because we had a private call last week, myself and Sharon, with CEO Paul Stevenson, and like she just said, there's less than 2,000 people in the world promoting this offer. This thing is a baby, guys. It's not like there's 30,000 or 40,000 or 50,000 or 100,000 people promoting this offer. It's less than 2,000. You want to talk about perfect timing and catching an offer at the perfect time? Well, this is it. All right, what we're going to do now is we're going to bring forward Rhonda Roscovius. Rhonda, she'll tell her story. She just got started a few weeks, actually a few days ago, I think. A few days ago, she'll tell her story, and she has had some amazing results too. Amazing results. And come forward, Rhonda, and tell everybody your story and tell everybody why you're excited here about Exitus Elite.
Hello, everybody. Yeah, it's been kind of a little bit of a whirlwind with me. A little bit of my history is that I started in a network marketing business back in 2014, I guess, late 2014. Staying with my mom, helping her with some house things after my dad had passed away, and I was working, fixing the house up a little bit. It's a 200-year-old home, and so I was working with her on getting things just fixed up, and thought, well, I need to make some money because I had a very good job, and I quit that to come home and help her. And I was making, it was probably close to a six-figure income when I left that job. But long story short, I failed at that network marketing job. I couldn't do it. I tried the warm market and the prospecting that route, but it just never was really a good fit for me. So then I went and found some things online and was working, some of the things that kind of introduced me to Frank's world, actually, in the way of his strategies, and been following him for now, over a year now. So I've known Frank online and offline now for over a year. And when he brought Exitus Elite to me, I'm thinking, okay, this is a little bit higher ticket than I'm used to, and I thought, is this something that I could do? And right away I thought, well, I'm going to look at the product, I'm going to go and just see what it's all about, and it's an automated system. You can, if you're not recruitable, if you don't know how to recruit, that was my problem. So I thought, okay, let's give this a try. So I've been building a following on Facebook, and I have had other programs I've been involved with and other people that are in the same program that have been following me, which I wasn't sure. I didn't know they were following me too, but I know I'm bouncing around here a little bit because I'm a little nervous. But it's just been, I went ahead and joined July 31st, 2016, and I believe, I was trying to remember, the gentleman that reached out to me, he's in Germany, so he was my first member that came on board with me. And then I posted my result, I think, thinking, hey, I got my first member, and I got myself qualified, and started to begin earning the commissions after that. So another gentleman reached out to me, and again, this is international. He's in Thailand, so he reached out to me because he also, follows the same, is following me on my Facebook page. So I attribute a lot of this to Facebook right now because I'm not running any solo ads or traffic or anything like that either. And then the third member I have, so I've had three members within my first 3 days. That was last week. So that was $2,000 in the bank, and I was very happy about that. So yeah, and he's in Florida, so we're all over the place, So it's not like it's limited to certain countries. From what I know of right now, I know that it's English-speaking presentations right now. So we'll kind of get over that, I think, going forward in the way of other languages. But I'm excited. I just, like Sharon said, I'm in part of the Shadow Commission project. I'm in the group, and I looked at it a little bit. Again, I'll probably look at it some more because there is great training in there. If you're somebody new like me, there's great training in there. I most likely will start using that too. Just dabble a little bit because this is like, there's so many resources that you can, promote this and offer this to anybody. And that's one thing I'm seeing is that this is a product that has so many resources that you can share this with, promote it with, and make a good living with it. Because $2,000 in 1 week, if you think about it, people don't make that even for a month, on a normal job. Or I'm still kind of in shock with it, just because I kind of thinking, okay, now how do I catch up to Frank? But I can't, because that's just he's way up there. He's got like 4 years ahead of me, so I'll do my best. So I do my best with everything I have and the knowledge I have, and learning a lot from the product itself, downloaded a lot of the information. So catching up on just learning what they have to offer inside the product, and then following the leaders here on this panel here. I've talked to Sean Powell for a good 2 hours, because each one of us have done this a little bit differently, and Frank with his following and Sean with his way of doing things and his strategy. So I'm going to be implementing so many different things, but it's all a matter of what will work for you and what you think you can do, the best at. So I'm just real thrilled to be here, and thanks, Frank, for inviting me, and let me know if you have any other questions, and I'll pop back in.
All right. Thank you, Rhonda. That was pretty incredible, guys. Pretty awesome right there. And once again, someone having tremendous success. Results not typical, obviously. 3 sales in her first 2 days, 2K. Listen, guys, $2,000 cash in hand. $2,000 cash in hand. Now, listen, there's people that work a job 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, and never bring home $2,000 in a week, ever, okay? In my traditional business, for 13 years that I ran, a good week for me was, $1,000, maybe $1,500, maybe $1,800, and I ran a business for 13 years, and maybe I made that after I paid all my bills. I mean, that's incredible. Your very first week with no paid ads, no paid traffic, straight up attracted it from Facebook. And, a lot of us have a lot of different strategies, different techniques, and Sharon also touched on this, about following the 21-day blueprint. So you're going to have, you team up with us, you're going to have, massive resources as far as how you want to implement and how you want to build your business, guys, okay? And, I always like to try and keep things very simple, okay? If it works for one person like it works for Sharon, well, why do something different? It's working. Or whatever Rhonda's doing, if it's working, why do something different? But if you want to take little things from each one of us, what I'm saying, myself and Sean and Sharon and Rhonda, well, that's fine too, what I'm saying? Everyone's going to fine-tune and come up with their own winning strategy, their own little winning formula. But, the point of the fact of the matter is that there's already some resources in place, and people are having great success just following the steps. Pretty awesome right there, Rhonda. That's amazing. $2,000 in 2 days. Well, actually 3 sales in 2 days, because you got qualified for that first one, and then you made $2,000 for yourself the very first week. And few people. Go ahead.
One thing I wanted to note, though, with this program, I was Frankie's first sale, so I actually qualified him for the rest of his commission. So just wanted to give you a little hey, thank you.
That's true. Rhonda got it all started for me, guys.
I didn't know that till I saw that I was passed up, but I'm like, wait a minute, I thought you were my sponsor. So, but yeah, that's another little topic to discuss, future hangouts and whatnot. But,
true, very true.
Yeah.
Rhonda was my first sale, and she actually passed up to my sponsor because of the one pass-up rule. And yeah, guys, Rhonda got me qualified, guys, because once you get qualified, we do pass up one sale to our sponsor. Well, from that point forward, we get 100% commissions. I mean, how awesome is that, guys? This is powerful, okay? This is powerful. All right, I want to bring forward Sean Powell. Sean Powell is my neighbor in here in North Carolina. He's right down the road, not far away. And he's going to share his amazing results. He just got started here pretty much same time as me and Rhonda. And he'll share his exciting results in a very short period of time. You're going to be amazed when you hear this, guys. Amazed. And Sean is absolutely killing it. So I want you to pay very close attention to what he's about to share with all of us. All right, Sean, take it away, brother. It's all yours.
How you doing, buddy? Can you hear me?
You're good, man.
Yep.
We got you.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm Sean Powell. I'm 43 years old. I was in restaurants for 26 years. Got a little boy named Adam. He's 9 years old. I'm a single dad, and I've been free from a job since May the 7th of 2015. I was actually working 65 hours a week in a restaurant, and I was literally working 40 hours in 3 days, every Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. And my little boy, I had babysitters. I had all sorts of other things going on. It had gotten to the point I was working so much that my family didn't even ask or invite me to the family get-togethers because they knew I couldn't go. That's what happens after a decade or so of being invited and you can't go. And I'd always had these, my little boy means more to me than anything, to be honest. And, I couldn't go to field trips. I couldn't go to anything because of how much I worked. And my restaurant was extremely busy on I-40. In my restaurant, I was pretty much like a public relations person. And it come very natural to me to communicate with people. And I've got this desire to figure things out. That's just always something I've always been able to really good at doing. And a guy, my little boy, he went in the hospital. Excuse me. He went in the hospital for a little while, and they had to run tubes down his nose and went down into his chest, and it was rough. It was really rough for me and him. And he was there for 5 days, and the bill was like $11,000. And though I was making, $50,000, $60,000 a year, it really started making me think that anything could happen. You really can't control something like this. $11,000 could have easily been something a lot worse. So I decided that I wanted to look online and see if I could find anything. So I did a search. Nothing came up, to be honest. I didn't even look. It didn't click on anything. And about a week later, for some reason, because I did that search on YouTube, while I was watching what I wanted to watch, there was a video on the side, and the guy it just grabbed my attention. I don't know why it did. It did. I wasn't looking at online business at that time. And it was an older gentleman, and he stood real far back away from the couch. He was behind the couch. It just did not look like a normal video at all for somebody for marketing. And I was like, what in the world is he doing? I've never seen this before. Older gentleman standing behind the couch giving this presentation. And he said a couple of things. I remember one thing he said is, I'll never make money from you. You never make money from me. Or I'll never take a dollar from you. You never take a dollar from me. And I was like, well, where's the money coming from? I just didn't understand. So it got me going. I went down a rabbit hole, and I found out about the business. And that was my first day in online business, really. And something clicked inside of me. I had gotten to the point where I couldn't sleep. I was starting to think about the potential of me being able to do online business and make a profession out of it. And at that same time, I really did not realize I didn't have no way out. I might have been doing good. I don't know who I was thinking I was doing good compared to. I might have been doing good to my employees. I make about $60,000 a year doing that. I guess that was impressive, I guess. But there was no end in sight. And my boss man at that time had been there for 15 years. It was going to be my restaurant, and they fired him. The same month that he wound up paying off the note is the same month they come and got the restaurant. And I saw that. And that was a huge wake-up call because, to be honest, Mr. Ward, and I've said this before, the man's got a lot of integrity. Had an 8th grade education. He walked to work when he was 17 years old. And we're talking miles and miles and miles. The man had more integrity, and it was going to run a restaurant better than I was. I can tell you that. And I knew if he's out, I need to be careful. Something's going to happen. So all that came about at the same time. And, sometimes God plays a factor. I had, right that same week, for no reason at all, I got a brand new phone, and I bought on eBay a $4 stand. And I wanted an online business. I had no reason to have that stand, but I bought it. I was like, it'd be really cool to have. And I don't know why I needed it. The same day I got an online business was the same day that stand showed up at my door. It came in. And I was like, I said, ain't that incredible? Sometimes things just happen like that. So anyhow, I got to the point where I couldn't sleep. I was really excited about it. And one thing that my group had in that first business, the business really did not do good landing pages. They really sucked compared to what we got now. But I believed in it. I really, really believed in it, and I committed to it. And like I said, I would go to work. I might be at work, but my pockets were full of napkins where I had taken notes and the things that had been in my mind, because my mind was not work no more. It was not. And I'd come home at night and I'd try to lay in bed and I couldn't. And I would work literally, 13 hours straight, come home, still have my shirt on, go sit at the computer and not even take a shower yet, because that was my first desire, was to get out there, to figure out how to do this. And it was very special to me. Well, we left that business. It wasn't going to get updated. Went to another business. And this one, the Facebook groups really taught taking action. And to me, that was a given. And when I say taking action means if I'm not getting seen, my business ain't growing, period. And I understood that. And I think a lot of people, one of the problems they have now, we got great people in the Facebook groups, but if you're not getting out to your people or getting out to new people, you're making a social club. You're really not building your business. And my opinion, when I got in this next business, a guy named Tim Chisanis, I'm going to give him credit because he said a couple things to me at the right time. I'm not saying I needed a whole lot, but what he said was at the right time what I needed to hear. And, and he really told me a couple things to stay focused at one way of getting out to the people and master that one way. And, and that thought really put me focused in one direction. And I was like, well, I got Facebook, I got YouTube, I got solo ads. What am I going to do? And I really felt like that Facebook, I would be able to communicate very well with people because I'm used to communicating. I thought it'd really be very natural to me. And I got in Facebook, and for 2 weeks solid, I already won, to be honest, because I knew I wasn't going to quit. I already knew that. And I'd already figured out in the world of Facebook, it's not about getting seen. You're going to get seen. It's about standing out. And the word sincerity popped in my mind. I'm telling you, it was like sometimes God puts a word in your head, that was it. And I was right at the very beginning when I first started. And I was like, you know what? I popped in the Facebook group. I know they must have thought I was crazy because I was the brand new guy, you know. And I was like, I know how to do this business. I know how to do it. I said, sincerity, that's the answer. And it just seemed so crystal clear to me, you know. And I was like, nobody's doing this. And one of the problems people have is they think when they get in an online business they're supposed to turn in the guru guy or guru girl or whatever, and you just got to be yourself. You show people you believe in your business, you stay committed to it, you know you're not going to quit, you pick one way, stay focused at one way, and don't quit. That's it. If you do that, even if you mess up, you know, it's not a bad thing. To me, I think you got to mess up. It's going to steer you in the right direction. That's how you use that. It's only bad if you quit, you know. So I decided I was going to do Facebook. And for 2 weeks solid, I tried to get out there. I was getting some leads, but it wasn't what I wanted. And we had a leaderboard, and I really, really wanted to be on that leaderboard. Matter of fact, if you look behind me, right here on that drive on my refrigerator, my first goal was beating a guy named Mark Crosby. He was on the leaderboard. And I had a lot of respect for Mark Crosby, Steve Derdill. You know, they were both at the very top. I was like, man, I want to be there. And that was my desire. And I have never accomplished anything that I've always accomplished anything I put on that dry erase board. It has never not happened. So I put Mark Crosby up there. I wanted to be number one up there where Mark was. And so I tagged Facebook. And I'm going to tell you, when everything put together for Facebook, when I got pissed off with it, it took me getting mad trying to figure it out, and I let go. I seriously let go. I didn't care what, I was like, you know what? There's nothing more sincere than what I'm about to write right now. And I wrote a nice, post, and it was very sincere about my little boy, talking about me, wanting to quit my job, being able to go to the field trips with him, not ever have to worry about anything. And I was already making pretty decent money even right from the beginning. That one ad made me $1,800 in like a week and a half. It was ridiculous, and it stood out. And after that, it was one of my ads I had as an arsenal in my bag. And the other ones, some had pay source, some like proof of pay and stuff. But I could always get quality people off of that, and I learned a lot. So I was one of those type. I learned from it, and get back out there and try some more stuff. My lead numbers went crazy. I was averaging 60 to 120 leads a day with Facebook, and I'd never heard anybody getting those kind of results before. So I went number one on the leaderboard, and I stayed up there. And between March to 10th and mid-September, I got 7,500 leads with Facebook. And that's when I was able to quit my job May the 7th with nothing more than and look, y'all, it was an S3 phone that I did all my YouTube videos with. The same phone. I'm not even going to buy another one. This is maybe too much money. Same phone that I used to get out on Facebook with. And I quit my job after 26 years with a phone and a Facebook account. Now, when I hit Traffic Monsoon, the next business over, I felt like I was a one-trick pony, to be honest. I felt like I couldn't, if I was going to get people in and they don't want to do Facebook, what am I going to do, So I know this sounds ridiculous. I wanted to start clear from a dead stop, and I did not even contact my 7,500 leads. I did not hit my list. I did not hit Facebook. I started from a dead stop with YouTube and committed to it. I had already figured out how to master Facebook, so I'm going to do the same thing again, but this time I'm going to do it with YouTube. What did I learn? Sincerity was the answer. Same answer. The only thing difference in YouTube is the fact it's backwards. In YouTube, you got to stand out so you get seen. In Facebook, you already get seen, so you got to stand out. But the answer to both is being sincere. That's what I figured out. So all of a sudden, bam, it took off. I literally went from zero to $10,000 a month from referral commissions in 90 days, and that was when the time we had our issue. So again, when we, after the PayPal situation, we started again, and again with Payza and just bank wires, I went from zero to $10,000 a month again, and referral commissions using nothing but YouTube, and I feel comfortable with it. So I feel like God's kind of pointing me in different directions right now. And when I got into Exitus Elite, I was not looking for someone who had a list. I was not impressed with someone who's going to come in here and get 20 people. And I'm telling you right now, even, I've got 24 people in 11 days, or $24,000, and I made $9,000 in 48 hours. But to me, honestly, what I was looking for when I was getting into this business is I wanted to see the average normal marketer using default pages, using default emails, using some way of getting out, and he's got to be taking action. If he's not taking action, you don't qualify. And that's who I called. And for a week solid, every day, this was on my mind. Now, Frank had said he had a business coming, but he won't go tell me what it was. And I was already hooked on Exitus Elite. And so I was hinting at him. I don't send many messages to Frank. I try not to. But I was like, Frank, I really like Exitus Elite. I was trying to, see if you tell me something. Because, buddy, I'm going to jump on this one. So finally, he sent me a message saying, showing this Exitus Elite, and I was like, man, thank God. Thank God. Because I put my people in Frank's group, and I put over 500 people in there. And the reason I do it is because me and Frank run parallel in one way. I can see the Marine in Frank in a lot of things, but at the same time, he doesn't jump from business to business. I call that milking a cow and killing it. That's what I actually call it. When you have a sponsor up top with this guy's list going business to business to business, he's the only one making money. The rest of them are running to play catch up. I can't stand it. It's the most disrespectful thing you can do. Frank was not going to be like that. I wasn't going to be like that. And I even preached to people, y'all, go look at my timeline on Facebook and let me know when you see something different than Traffic Monsoon from day one, on my day one starting. And that's what I tell people. Integrity comes from that. People get to see that. And, if you don't believe in your business, you're not going to make it, because when you hit the roadblocks, what's going to happen? You're the first one for the door. You're going to quit. You're going to be flimsy looking on your timeline. People are going to sense it. And when you write something that's sincere, people can feel it. They can tell it. I can just tell you that. That's how my Facebook took off. That's how my YouTube is. It's the exact same way. So when I got Exitus Elite, what really impressed me was I felt like I was going to run with anything. If Frank had something else, I probably could have done it, but I had already been sold on Exitus Elite, to be honest. And I had talked to a guy named Jeffrey. I've talked to a guy named Dan, and they were just backing up exactly what I wanted to hear. So I was ready to get in this, and I was most excited about it because, not for me, because I knew I was going to make something work if I believed in it. I was excited about my downline, to be honest. I like to see that they get in and they do something with it. And there's a big difference between that $30, $40 item and what we do, but this is better. And this quality people that come into this, if you did this business for 2 years, think about this, y'all. If you did this business for 2 years with the quality of members and leads that you have coming through here, and they're 100% leads if you use default page, because they won't let you get another, you can't even go through and look at it. So that's incredible. That's awesome right there. Compare that to the $30, $40 item. And this list here that you've got with Exitus Elite is going to be worth more to you than gold, period. I know that. And to me, that's very valuable. The biggest thing I had noticed that nobody's mentioned yet, and I said it just before we got up here, is that the number of people, I've got 24 people, it's underneath me right now, or $24,000. About 1/3 of them, when they got in, they're more of an intermediate marketers. So that means more than likely that they have already done some online business and have got some following. So they've already talked to somebody else and is excited about it. So not only do you make $1,000 right there, usually between 15 minutes to the first 2 hours, right on up to the first day, there's another $1,000 coming in. And I don't think most people realize that 1/3 of my ratio, I made $2,000 in that same day from that first sponsor. So to me, I'm a firm believer in Exitus Elite. I know we're still in the beginning stages. And to be honest, y'all, it comes so easy that it's not even about the money anymore. To be honest, I've got enough now I could pay the house off and still have a decent amount. I'm not the type to splurge or anything. I'm not that type. What I want is freedom and to make sure that me and my little boys got time together. That's more important to me than anything, and that's the reason I do this business. So I guess that's it, buddy.
All right, Sean, man, that was awesome, man. You dropped some serious gold there, man. I hope people were taking notes. Man, your story is really a mirror of mine, man. Of course, you did it twice as long, man. You did 26 years in the service industry. I did 13. I was the owner of my place, and I tell you what, I had to take my life back, man. I couldn't even attend my own daughter's birthday. I mean, can you imagine, guys? Not even be able to their own daughter's birthday party. I mean, you don't get that time back. You don't get a second chance. I mean, I worked 100 hours per week for 13 years. I went 5 years off without a weekend off in my traditional business. And Sean did it for 26 years. I mean, so I know what it's like. And I know what it's like working 40 hours Friday, Saturday, Sunday, because that's 80% of your week. You know, your money that comes in that week. It's on the weekend. So, man, I'm just so proud of you, man. You took your life back. You said, you know what, man, I'm getting off this path. I'm getting on a different road. I'm going to do something totally different. I'm going to fight for my son. I'm going to fight for my family, and I'm going to take my life back, man. And that's exactly what you did, man. And like I said, man, your story is a mirror of mine, man. It really, truly is. And I'm going to share my results, guys, real quick. And once again, Sean's results are not typical. 24K in 11 days. I mean, insane, guys. Insane. Some people don't make that in a year. Okay, let's be honest. People don't make that kind of money in a year, which Sean made in 11 days. Okay, 11 days, guys. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to be real brief, real short. I'll show you my results. Once again, my results are not typical. Frank Calabro Jr. is a top 1% producer in the world. I dominate whatever I get involved in, okay? I have to say that. But I just want to show you what I've been able to do with this thing called Exitus Elite. Man, can you guys see my screen? I'm not even sure. My screen froze up. Let's try this again. This time. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. I'll just talk for a minute. All right, let's see. I'm not sure if you guys... Can you guys see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, here we go. Now, and listen, guys, 2.5 years ago, Frank Calabro Jr. was the poorest man in America. Okay, that's a fact. That's true. It's 100% true. The poorest man in America, but I didn't let that obstacle of having no money and having no material possessions hold me down. Okay, I wouldn't allow that to hold me down. Okay. I was put on this earth to do something bigger than myself, and that's what I began to do, and I began to live that. You can see day one right here, August 1st. This is like after my first day results collected. You can see 6 paid members, 1 pass up. Of course, the 1 pass up was Rhonda, right? I made $5,000 my very first day in this company, okay? Selling a $1,000 product. Okay, you can see day two, $8,000. Day 3, $16,000. Day 4. Now, one thing I want to make is these are not numbers on a computer screen that the company is holding this money and they're going to pay me in a future date, a week from now, a month from now, what have you. This is cash in hand, guys. This is cash in hand. Like, I already have this money. Already have it, guys. Okay? Cash in hand. 4 days, guys. That's like a year's salary right there in 4 days for most people. 5 days. 6 days. 7 days. You guys see what's happening here? 8 days. 9 days. 10 days. 11 days. This was taken this morning, and this slide is already very much so outdated, and this was taken, I don't know, maybe 6-7 hours ago. This screenshot was taken maybe 6 or 7 hours ago, and it's already very much outdated. So there's my proof, progress, and results, guys, in 11 days. Once again, results not typical, definitely not typical, but I just wanted to share with you the power of this model, okay? The power of this model. This thing is insanely powerful. Insanely powerful. Now let me get back over to the Hangout. But I just want to share that with you guys. And listen, I've done some pretty incredible things over the past couple of years. I've been the #1 man in the world in a couple of things. Still am currently #1 man in the world in 2 things. And I've been top 5 producer in a couple other things, okay? And I've made some pretty incredible money, some pretty insane money in the online affiliate marketing space. But I've never made money like this. Not this fast, guys. Nothing like this even comes close. And some of the other things, it took a year to make significant money. It took 7 or 8 months to make significant money. Okay, and I worked very, very hard to get to those points where I could get a decent salary. Okay, and I first started my journey really, which was very early in 2014. I was only after $4,000 per month. I just figured, man, if I could make $1,000 per week, maybe $4 grand a month, I could take my life back, you know, and not live down at my traditional business 100 hours per week, because that's where I lived. You know, the house I stayed in, I just, you know, slept there, took a shower there, maybe ate a meal there once in a while. You know, it was just a place I passed through. I lived at my business. My business owned me. I did not own my business. My business owned me. It owned me. I was in handcuffs, guys, and I couldn't break free. Well, I finally figured out a way to break free, and you know, these stories that were shared with you here today, you know, you can see why people are excited. You can see insane results. You can see, yes, results not typical, but you're looking at something really in the infancy stage. And what I want to urge you to do is take a close look at this. Contact the person that shared this video with you and take a close look at this. Okay? Not only these leaders right here in this panel, we've got leaders all across the globe that are teaming up with us. And listen, you want to be on the right team. Number one, it's so important. You want to be connected to success, and you want to be known for being a part of a successful team. That is so key to anything in life, guys. You want to be on the winning team, but take a look at this thing. Okay, this might be the solution. This might be the solution. I don't know if it's a solution or not. Only you can tell. Only you will know. But if you don't take a serious look at this, you're probably going to regret it. Okay, because everybody's coming, guys. Like Sharon said, you know, less than 2,000 people in the world are promoting this offer. This thing is in the infancy stage. I'm talking, you can't catch an offer at a better time, okay? Because, you know, there's something called the momentum phase. The momentum phase is when everybody comes. I mean, just everybody comes because they've seen it. It's all over the place. Everybody's getting behind it. Everybody's promoting it, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. It goes into the momentum phase, and that's when people come in by the hundreds and the thousands per week, okay? That's when we go into the momentum phase. We've already positioned ourselves before the wave. Now, just imagine when the wave comes in. We're all going to catch some of it, guys. You can't help but not catch some of that, okay, as this thing begins to go into the momentum phase, you know, as it begins to possibly go viral across the affiliate marketing space, okay? So you're seeing this really at the perfect time. All right, guys, we're going to wrap this thing up. I think we went about 46, 47 minutes. Pretty awesome, guys. I'm going to ask my guests here on the panel to unmute themselves, and really, guys, I mean, this is only the beginning. This is truly only the beginning. We'll get together from time to time. Maybe we'll turn this into a weekly thing. You know, we're just going to, right now we're building a lot of stuff behind the scenes. We're putting together some training and such, and all of us are going to bring different tools and different strategies to the table. So, you know, you're going to be able to learn from all of us, guys. But we just wanted to take the time here today, like I said, and just share our excitement about Exitus Elite. So I think we're going to sign off. Thanks, Rhonda. Thanks, Sharon. Thanks, Sean. You guys rock. Thanks for coming out here today. And like I said, share this video with your teams, guys. Share this video with your teams and pass it on to the next person. All right, that's all I got, guys. Everybody can step forward and say goodnight. I'm out of here. I got to go to work.
Bye-bye. Night, everybody. Bye.
Good night, everybody. Thank you.